Greetings, familia. Thank you for joining me for a collective ancestral eclipse reading. We have the new moon partial solar eclipse happening in Virgo. So both sidereal and tropical agree that it's in Virgo, maybe different degrees, but the energy is still the same. We had the lunar eclipse in Aquarius in sidereal astrology, and we are in middle of the eclipse season. So this is an offering I'm giving. It's a special limited offer to the 21st. If you want a personal reading, you know what to do. Go to the link in my bio and let's begin. So this is the ancestor that's working for the collective right now during this time, and it is Totemic Puma, Power Awakening. Beautiful. And we have this butterfly transformation. We're having a solar eclipse, right? So the eclipse will be the sun will be partially eclipsed, and the sun represents our soul. It represents our will to live. It's the divine masculine. And so when I see this totemic puma coming out, I feel that the collective is going through a power awakening. Now, we know that power can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. And the question for you is just, how will you harness your power for good or for not so good? And I think right now as a collective, we have to really be mindful of our power and the way that we utilize it in this world, because a lot of people misuse power. And now we know that even if you misuse power, people can still see you in a great light. But we all ultimately understand that our power should be used for good. And there is this sense of an awakening here. And it's about how we see things. So, the ancestors right now, they're really looking at the way that we deal with what's happening in the world and the way that we are dealing with our personal struggles. So the perception says the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Our truth is changing, possibly, as a collective. I know this year has really changed a lot for me. The way that I deal with things, the way that I process things, the things that I let myself be consumed by, and how I perceive things. And so, people are being pushed. The collective is being pushed to see things differently, to move differently, because the way that we've been moving in the past has not actually brought us to where we want to be. So take a good, hard, deep look at, what is being shown in your life and see if there's a pivot needed. Because we have the divine masculine. I brought this out. I love this. Okay. So the toxic patriarchy is done. It has to be done within you first. We will see it play out in the bigger screen, yet within yourself, the divine masculine needs to be healed. And that is the way it ripples into the collective conscious. So the frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Okay, kindness. The divine masculine is kind. It does not divide. It does not spread hate. And the more that we focus on, the divine masculine being toxic, or the masculine being toxic, we actually create that toxicity within ourselves. So how can we start to shift our perception of the divine, of the masculine within ourselves, bring kindness and wisdom, and then see that active side is actually going to bring our power, that we're enabling us to move towards those new frequencies that I feel that we really yearn for as a collective. And this eclipse energy is very much highlighting this toxic patriarchy and trying to move us, the individual, into a more steady, wise perception of what is real and what is not real. Work through your fears. Beautiful. Okay, so we have to work through our fears. This is the new moon in Scorpio energy. Sidereal astrology, our Scorpio will be in the end of, I believe, November. We'll move into Scorpio season, or the mid of November. And I just feel like the collective, we're having to face our fears, not because they're wrong, but because on the other side of them are our dreams. So what are your fears right now? The eclipse is highlighting this, and your ancestors as well are wanting you to move towards, you know, that darkness, that perceived darkness, but really darkness is the unknown. And so a lot of times we're afraid of the unknown. We can even be afraid of our own power. I've said this twice to different clients in the last week, that a lot of times we just fear ourselves. We fear the greatness that we can have when we step into our divine masculine and we walk with this honorable, integral energy. And if you find yourself in the in this eclipse portal or after it, meeting that like bumping heads with the masculine energy, is it divine? And what is it mirroring inside of you to change? Fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So by the next full moon, there's going to be a big shift in the collective. There's going to be a big shift in your life, even if you're watching this, because this is for you. This is for the collective watching this video. Wherever you're watching this from, there is a fiery climax, Aries energy. So we're not just walking through our fears, but on the other side of them, it's something beautiful. It's something that really awakens our passions. It shows us that even though we have no idea what's on the other side, it's fiery, it's passionate, it's loving, it's powerful. There's strength to be had on the other side of our fears. So let's get into the tarot. We have the 2 of Swords, Travois. We have the 8 of Swords. I'm going to keep it reversed. We have the 9 of Cups. Mind you, I was only going to take 3, but these 2 came together. And the Fool. Yes. Okay. All right. That's good. I love that, because in the beginning, it feels like we're blocked. We have to change our perception, right? Like, it's the 2 of Swords. We're blinded. We don't know where to go, where to move. But in all reality, the 8 of Swords, especially reverse, it's like we have the ability to free ourselves. And that's why the divine masculine and that energy is really about us. How do we change the perception of the divine masculine within ourselves? If we keep seeing toxic masculinity in the world, how can we change that perception within ourselves so at least we do not carry it, and we don't carry that idea, that collective consciousness, and we can start to have this ripple effect of freeing ourselves from this captivity that is a lower vibration, that is fear. Wow. That leads us to the 9 of Cups, the wish card, the blessings from the ancestors coming here once we free ourselves and we see how many people are on the other side rooting for us, pouring their blessings as we open our hands to receive. What wishes do you have? Although the eclipse time is not really a time to manifest, we can still hold a vision quest. I have a new offering, 30-day soul retrieval journey called Vision Quest. That is something you're interested in, you can DM me Vision Quest and I'll send you your personal invitation. But I see the collective moving towards the Fool. Once we get away from the captivity, the blockage, we change our perceptive, we walk through our fears, our power is awakened, and boom, a fiery climax approaches. Our divine masculine is healed. And we can move like the Fool with lightness. We can go into the new levels of being. We have the balance between the masculine and the feminine, the sun and the moon. And all we need is our medicine bag and a few things. Nature provides. Our ancestors provide. They are providing the visions, the wishes that we so much hold on to us. So let's do it one more. This is a beautiful message for the collective. It's just a little short message to give a little teaser of how these ancestral eclipse message readings are going. Again, it's till September 21st. which is also the autumnal equinox. What last messages do the ancestors want to share with us from the Kuan Yin deck? Because I love this little deck. Be at peace. I feel the subtle tensions that you hold within. What do you need so you can relax? Imagine it has now been granted. There is no need to worry. Trust in me. Look at that. Trust in your ancestors. Take wise action. There is something you can do. Consult your heart to understand how to act with wisdom through prayer, thoughtful speech, forgiveness, or taking a step. Work through your fears. Do what you can. Surrender all else. Okay, so this eclipse energy is really showing us that we do not have the power to change everyone or the whole world. But what do we have the power to do? We have the power to change ourselves, our perception. We have the energy to awaken ourselves. We have the ability to free ourselves, and we can start again. And there are some new beginnings here for the collective, and I'm sure of it that you will be at peace if you just surrender to this moment. That is what I have for this collective reading, Ancestral Eclipse. May this eclipse, the last eclipse of the year, be very illuminating to your mind and to your body and how to move towards this beautiful divine masculine, your beautiful energy. Again, if you are wanting a personal reading, this particular reading is up till September 21st, but I also have other offerings on my website. Thank you for watching. Hasta luego. Sending mucha luz.